everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome back to my sewing room. And today we are going to be doing a thrift haul slash thrift flip. So after almost a complete lack of thrifting over the last winter entire season, I have recently gone thrifting a few times and gotten a handful of really fun items or fun potential items. And a couple of weeks ago, I shared a video that happened during one of these times that I went thrifting and asked you if you would want to see a thrift haul, and you absolutely said unanimously, yes, all of you want to see a thrift haul. So here we go, and I'm giving you the added bonus of making it not only the haul, but also a flip, because for me, at least, when I go thrifting, a lot of what I'm looking for are things that could potentially be things that either fit me well or potentially be things that are clothing but are not currently clothing, because, you know, that's what happens when you're a sewer, right? You just find potential projects everywhere. So a lot of these are already finished garments that maybe don't need any alterations whatsoever. A few of them need really minor alterations, and then at least one of them needs to be made. So we're going to do all of that today. I'm going to show you the actual items as they are first, and then I will also show you what they look like when I give them a little twist. I try to remember to take note of the prices before throwing them into the wash, and in other words, ripping their tags off. And I remembered to do that for most of these, but not all of these. But I also used coupons, I think, every time I went to the thrift store. All of these, by the way, are from Value Village. I think every single one. So Value Village is the same brand as Savers. A lot of you probably have Savers, but I have Value Village, and that is my favorite thrift store. Not sponsored at all, but please, Value Village, if you ever want to sponsor me, I'm here. So I wanted to share with you everything that I've gotten, and I'm going to kind of talk about each item and also show them to you in a split screen format. So the first item is actually one that was a bit of a splurge, which is what I am wearing right now. Now this is like a peasant-y style blouse. It has this little peplum with elastic at the waist. I will almost certainly always wear this tucked in, but this was a splurge. I think it was actually $10 before my coupon, but it was so cute, and I think that it'll be just really fun to wear for the summer. It is super lightweight cotton. The brand on the tag says Band Lino Blue, which I've never heard of before. It's a size extra large, and it's just very cute, and again, most likely I will be wearing it tucked in like that, probably with a belt. The next item is this blouse from Torrid. It is a size 1 and was $6.49, and it's got these cute flamingos all over it. So I thought it was so cute. I actually have this exact style blouse in a ladybug print that I bought from Torrid several years ago, and I'm guessing that this probably came out right at the same time, but it buttons up the back and it's got the little pocket on the front, and it is just a sheer, this is like a chiffon or maybe a georgette, and it will be very nice and very cool also for summer. This next one is a Lane Bryant top, and it is sheer. It's like a Swiss dot chiffon with this little ruffled neckline, and it has ruching or elastic gathering down here at the bottom at the waist. I honestly hate shirts like that, and I don't know why it was ever a trend, but since I wear all of my shirts tucked in anyway, it's really not an issue for me. This one was $7.99, and it's a size 18-20. This is one that I probably will take in as well because it is just way too blousey on me. Next up is one that honestly I'm a little bit disappointed about because I didn't realize when I bought it that there's actually a small stain on the back. Now, I think it might not be that obvious because I asked one of my friends about it, like in person, and she couldn't find it at first. So I'm hoping that since I missed it in the store and she missed it when I was showing it to her, I'm hoping that it's not that obvious. But it is by Christopher & Banks. It's a 2X, and this is a cotton blend because it's like a stretch cotton. So it's got some poly and some spandex in there, but it's super cute. I love the raised pinstripes on it in a sort of a metallic-y silver, but it is also too large. It's a size 2X, and clearly in this brand I am not a 2X. So I noticed the stains on this because I went to go take in the sides, and I took in the sides a little bit and then noticed the stains. So I'm going to show you the stains. We'll see if they show up on camera. I don't know if you can see them either, but I think they are a dye transfer stain. So a little bit disappointing. They're just above where it would tuck into my waist. So a little bit sad about that, but I think that I will still probably wear it. It does have to be taken in a little bit more than what I originally did, but it has French seams, so that's annoying to take in. So I'll have to figure out exactly how I want to do that, because the side seams were the easiest, but now it needs, I think, the back sort of princess seams to be taken in. And this one cost me $7.99 before coupon. So now we've come to one of the first projects that I'm going to be doing today, which is this blouse right here. And I loved the sleeves on this. It's a dolman with a ruffle sleeve, and this is from Maurice's. It's a 2XL. I believe the size was okay, but what I think is weird is that this plain side is the front, and this deeper V with these little straps is the back. I don't like a deep V in the back, and I like a more interesting front, like a V-neck front. So since this is a dolman sleeve, a dolman type thing, it has no shaping in the body, which means the front is the same as the back. So I can actually just turn it around, and I'm just going to take off these little straps, take off the tag, and wear it backwards, and no one will even know. It also has this little ruching on the side. This is again like a chiffon or georgette type blouse, and this was $7.49. So this is what it looks like prior to my alteration, and this is what it looks like post alteration. It is so much better now with this V neckline in the front and the higher neckline in the back. I also took in the body of the shirt, so I took about 2 inches almost out of the whole width of the shirt, so it's fitting way better here now. I am so much happier with this blouse, and it took me approximately 5 minutes to fix. By the way, I do actually have an entire older video about thrifting specifically for vintage style and also plus sizes. So I will link that video up here and also down below in the description if that's something that you would like to check out. But personally, I love thrifting. I really do enjoy doing kind of as much shopping as possible there, because you never know what you're gonna find, and you never know if you're gonna really find some gems in there. Next up, we have one that I think I've actually already worn in a video. This is this super, super cute, like faux sweater kind of, as in it's a faux cardigan. It doesn't actually button up the front. These are decorative. It's got this adorable tie at the neck. I absolutely love it. And it is a sweater type material, like a lightweight sweater. And it is Sag Harbor. It is a size extra large, and it cost $6.49 before the coupon, and I love it so much. It's so cute, so comfortable, fits fantastically. It's definitely going to be a very popular piece if we ever actually get spring weather and we don't skip right to summer, because right now we're still in winter in mid-May. Yay. I absolutely love this next one. This is from Torrid, and it was actually new with the tags on. So originally it cost $35. I got it for $10, except if I'm remembering correctly, I think this might have even been 50% off. So I got this for some sort of couponed version of $10, new with tags and everything. And I think the reason that it was new with tags is for some reason Torrid labeled this as a size 3. This is not a Torrid size 3. This is for sure a Torrid size 1. I tend to be a Torrid size 1, maybe occasionally a 2. I'm never a 3. And this one fits nice and snugly like a 1. There is no way. So someone clearly bought this and then probably bought it from online where you can't return Torrid discounted stuff, and then wound up donating it immediately to the thrift store. So I absolutely love this. It fits like a dream. It's going to be like a staple this fall, I can tell, but I think I'll be wearing it before then as well. It is just a t-shirt type material, and then it has a stretch lace on top. And yeah, I just absolutely love it. And it's going to be so comfy and so flattering to wear. I forgot to write down the price on this next one, but I think it was like $3 or $4. I love the embroidery on the shoulders. It's so pretty. And this one is St. John's Bay, size extra large. It's just a t-shirt material with these super, super cute. Last on the tops is this adorable sweater top. It's like an open knit, I think, and it says it's the brand Leah Nicole. I forget how much I paid for it, but I think it was like $6.50 or something like that before coupon, and it is just sort of like a mid-weight. So again, it will be nice if we ever wind up with that spring weather, but because of the open weave, I think it will work for summer as well, so that should be really good. And I love this color. I think it's the exact same color as the Edwardian skirt that you are going to see in my project next week, if you have not already seen that on Instagram, which if you're not following me on Instagram, why aren't you? Go over and check out at Lady Rebecca Fashions on Instagram and you can follow me there. So yeah, this one is going to be just super cute. I guess I'm definitely in this sort of lavender lilac mood right now, and I'm looking forward to wearing this a lot as our weather gets warmer. So next up we have the one thing that I actually did buy from the thrift store over the winter. I think I went to the thrift store once and this was the only thing I could find. I didn't go a lot, and it is this adorable skirt that you may have seen me at least wear from the top in videos because I'm wearing this all the time. I just absolutely love it. It's so long and flowy. I don't think it's a full circle, but it is really close. It may actually be a full circle. And it's a cotton skirt, just like a lightweight cotton skirt. It's Coldwater Creek and it's a size 2X. I don't think I wound up altering this one, but I debated about it because it's just a tiny, tiny skosh large at the waist. Just a tiny bit. Like I could probably just move the hook, which is actually, I'm noticing the hook is coming off. I could move the hook half an inch and this would be perfect. The only problem with the skirt is that it doesn't have pockets. I know, but it's so beautiful and it has its own cotton lining as well. And this is going to be such a go-to this summer. Like I'm going to wear this all the freaking time. I just absolutely love this skirt. I do not remember how much I paid for this skirt since this one I did get a couple of months ago. And for our last clothing item, I have this skirt that I just got, which I think was $3.99 or $4.99. It was like $4. And this is actually vintage-ish. Depends on what you count as vintage. I'm pretty sure this is from the early 90s. It is the brand Abstract for Women. It's actually made in the US. I know, isn't that crazy? 100% cotton. Here's the tag just so you can see the vintagey look of the tag. And it is a too large only because I think the elastic is pretty shot. So I'm gonna put new elastic in here and then it will be great. But I wasn't sure when I tried this on. You can't try things on at the thrift store anymore, even though COVID is supposedly over. You can't try things on. They don't even have fitting rooms anymore. They literally took them out. And so I try things on over whatever clothes I'm wearing. So I didn't realize that this was too big at the time, but I figured this is gonna work for a historical petticoat even if I need to, because look at this hem. It's got this beautiful ruffle on here, and inside the ruffle it has another ruffle of cotton with eyelet lace. It's so cute. And there was actually another lady looking at this on the rack and I saw her pull it out, and I had spotted it because I could tell by the long length that it was one that I was probably interested in. And I saw her pull it out and I was like, is she gonna get it? Is she gonna get it? And she turned to me and complimented me on my outfit and was said something about this skirt looking like skirts that she had a long time ago. This was an older lady. And I said, well, if you don't get that skirt, I'll get it, you know, kind of jokingly. And she was like, oh, okay, here, and handed it to me. So I was like, yes, I got it. And it was so cheap. I mean, $4 for this skirt. I just couldn't believe it. And because it is cotton, it's going to be super nice to wear this summer, especially because it's cotton with an elastic waist. So it doesn't even have a fitted waist. I love that. Again, no pockets, unfortunately, but I am super, super excited to wear this. I'm going to be putting in some new elastic just to tighten it up. Maybe there's even a possibility of just tightening the existing elastic. I'm not sure. Probably do with some new. But this is the last clothing item, as in tops or bottoms, that I have to show you. So let me show you some of the other stuff that I got. First up, I think you've seen me wear this already in videos. It is this belt. It's actually from Torrid and it's a size 2. It's one of those elasticy belts, which I love elastic belts. They're so comfortable to wear and it closes with snaps in the back. That's the one thing I think is weird about it. Like you could have easily hidden a closure underneath this bow in the front. I wish they had done that because the snaps in the back just look kind of, I don't know, really obvious. But otherwise, I love this belt. I think it was like $4 or $5, something like that. I did not write this one down, but I've been wearing this a ton already. I also got this hat box, which is a Paris hat box. It's nice and large. It's actually loaded right now because I used this to take all of my stuff to Port Townsend because I hadn't already had anything in this. I had just gotten this a couple days before, and this one cost $6, but it's originally marked as $10, so I guess that was a good deal. It's nice and big inside, so it can hold all sorts of stuff. I have to put away my Port Townsend stuff so that I can reorganize. I always put a little like paper label on the outside of a hat box so that I know what is in that hat box, and then they go up on the shelves that are around this room, like up by the ceiling. But I love this. It's such a nice big one, so very excited to have this. And last for the accessories, I got this super cute hat, which was kind of a splurge considering it's a hat that I don't need. It was $6. In fact, I'm gonna take that tag off right now. I am fairly certain that this looks like it's probably from the 90s just based on the logo in the label right there. But when I got this, I was wearing my red and white plaid Ishakti dress that you've probably seen me wear before. If I can find a picture of it, I will pop it up right here. But I had to get this hat because it matched the dress perfectly, and it'll be a nice little summer sun hat with its little bow. So cute. So the last thing that I got from these recent thrifting experiences, you have actually already seen a snippet of, because I cut off a chunk of it to use as my valance or my dust ruffle in my natural form gown for Port Townsend. And that is this, which I believe was a valance. And there were actually 2 of these incredibly long valances, and they happen to have an incredibly deep space for like the curtain rod to go through. It's super, super deep. So when you undo it, it goes from being this tall to this tall. Can't even get it in frame. And this height happens to be the exact right length that I could make a skirt out of it. And the ruffle is just so pretty. It kind of reminds me of like 18th century, where you see sometimes that they've pressed the top of the ruffle down in various ways to get really cute patterns. And I'm pretty sure this has just been kind of pressed over time, but it's very, very cute. And because I have so much of this, this is gonna make a really nice, big, wide, flowy skirt. Now, one thing that I was thinking of doing for the valance, I actually just wound up using the bottom section of this ruffle. I didn't use like this top section of the fabric. So one of the things that I'm debating about doing with this project, I don't know for sure if I will, but other than like seaming these together, I have this extra fabric and I'm thinking maybe another jumper dress, because you know I love jumper dresses. I don't know if it will be enough for like a fully fitted bodice type jumper dress, and I also don't know if I love the color enough for it to be like that close to my face. But there's also that style of pinafore dress where you just kind of have like the apron pinafore and it's not fitted, it's like just in the front, and then the back is just a skirt, and then you get like little straps with it. So that might be what I do. We'll see. But for now, let's go ahead and dive into the project part of this, picking off all of these threads that I ripped off from here. And I'm going to seam the 2 full widths, as in not where I cut the valance from, full widths of this together to get the skirt portion all set. So I've decided that despite the fact that this is basically the color of my skin and I probably shouldn't be wearing it anyway, I've decided that I do want to do this with a jumper style bodice, and I am going to do the dangerous slash somewhat scary thing of hoping that the notes that I made on this pattern, which was my blue gingham jumper dress, hoping that they were correct and not even watching the video about it or anything like that. I'm just gonna use it, and if it's awful, I will just make a waistband for the skirt and it'll be a skirt and not a jumper. But we're gonna try to make it a jumper first. And the reason that I'm doing the bodice as the very first thing is because I would like to stick pockets in this skirt as well between the panels, the 2 panels that I have, and I need to know where I can cut these pockets out of, if I can cut the pockets out, because this is the rest of the fabric that I have besides those skirt panels. So I'm just gonna take this and take this, which was the back piece, and cut them out of this plus a little lining, probably a cotton, Kona cotton lining, and we'll see what happens. The bodice is together and I think it's all good. So that pattern worked. So now I do have to bind the top of this and add straps. So I do have to figure out how much of that cotton that I need for the straps. And yeah, it does totally look like my skin color, but oh well. And then I'm just going to use purchased bias binding for the binding. No piping on this one because we're doing this as a quick project. And I can also cut out the pockets and add those to the sides of the skirt. This has apparently turned into like a zero waste project because after cutting out the pockets and the straps right here, this is the entirety of the scraps that I have left from this entire curtain valance. That's it, just this. Yep, they were the little bits around the pockets and that is it. So now let's go ahead and put these pockets in the skirt and get everything assembled. The skirt portion is now all assembled and I have run gathering stitches around the top to pull it up, and now I can go ahead and fit it to the bodice. The side seams, by the way, will be kind of in the front side, like more like around here probably, because one panel was half the size of the other. So wow, my gathering stitches are really long. So anyway, I can now go ahead and sew this to the bottom of the bodice, and then I will be able to add the straps to the bodice and then it'll be done. It's done! It is definitely not my color. I mean, this beigey pink that is basically my skin color is frankly not for me, but look at the skirt! Oh my gosh, it is so full and ruffly and amazing, and I'll bet it's gonna twirl like nobody's business. I love it! It is so fun and so floofy. It is honestly so densely gathered. Like the back is actually as gathered as tightly as the will allow. Like it is that that full of gathers. And then the pockets wound up being pretty close to the side actually, which I was impressed about. They're right here, so that is fun. The only thing really that I have to do is there's still a lot of threads from where I like picked all of the seams off, so I have to still get rid of a lot of threads, but otherwise it is done for like just, I don't know what, 2 or 3 hours work, something like that. This was fantastic. I'm really pleased with this project. If you do want to see really like how this type of bodice goes together, I did actually do a video on that blue gingham jumper dress from last year, so I will link that down below in case you actually want to see like construction. This was just a little thrift haul, thrift flip, and hey, I flipped this valance. Who would think that this was a valance, right? I think it is just a super, super fun skirt or jumper really. And I mean, I used almost every single scrap of that fabric, just those tiny little pieces left. So I am pretty impressed with myself with this one afternoon thrift flip. So I do hope that you enjoyed this thrift haul and thrift flip video. If you do like these kind of videos, let me know. I mean, obviously I've now shown you all of my thrifting stuff, but I will do another for the next couple of times that I go thrifting, so let me know. If you liked this video though, please go ahead and click the thumbs up icon, and if you'd like to see more videos like this from me, please go ahead and click subscribe and the little bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. I do post videos here on YouTube twice a week with my sewing vlogs out on Tuesdays and other random costuming and fashion content like this out on Saturdays, but I post every day over on my Instagram, so please go follow me on Instagram. That's at Lady Rebecca Fashions. And if you'd like to help support all of the work that I do on this channel, I do have a link to my Patreon and my Ko-fi down in the description below. I'd also like to give a special shout out to my Edwardian level patrons, Sharon, Julie, and Mirage. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Happy sewing!